Next on deck with Tim Black.
They don't want to expand any other kind of freedom. And I think the idea of a nation is better served when it expands instead of detracts.
Instead of contracts.
Contracts, yeah.
Do you?
Hey man, don't correct me. You knew what I meant. Damn it! You come on now.
You saw I did it, and I moved on.
I didn't you didn't get my New York Times bestseller. You messed up on that, but now you'll correct words. I see how this is going. You've been so different ever since you've been off mainstream media. I'm just telling you.
Well, let's talk about it, because what do you think of the progressive leaders of the party?
I don't know who they are.
Like you mean like AOC and Jazz? I don't know if Jazz.
But I love Jasmine. I love Eric Swalwell. I love AOC. But I think
listen to this. This is Bill Maher and I talking about the leaders of the party, and I'm not saying it should be the people who are necessarily back there making policy, but putting the people out front that the people want. The kids love the young people, and that's where they're going to gain more people, because I think they already have the older people. So this is us talking about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and other leaders in the party. Watch this.
I think that this is the era of whether, and I didn't like her policies at first, and I'm not necessarily in love with her policies, but people love AOC. People love Jasmine Crockett. People love Eric Swalwell and the like. And I think that the Democratic Party should put the people out there who the people want. They should put the politicians out there who the people want, who they're asking for, who are meeting the moment with the same energy that
they're not asking for AOC.
Yes, they are.
The people you party with
No. The people I party with don't like AOC.
Oh, please.
No, they don't at all.
Most people don't. But she's very far left.
Go ahead, DL.
It's very I guess it's true. You are like watching Bill now. He sounds like every other white guy that I hear everywhere else. I don't know who people like or not.
Yo, check this out, man. Bill's right. Yeah, Bill's right. Let's see if we can get this a little bit. See if that's better there. Yeah, Bill's right. A lot of people don't like AOC. Yeah, a lot of people are very much uninterested in AOC. I don't know why DL can't get that in his vacuous, like the empty cell, which is known as his head. Like, why is that a hard thing to understand? A lot of people don't rock with you, DL. They think your politics sucks. The people that like you, DL, are the people that kissed Obama's ass. And that group that liked Obama has been shrinking and contracting ever since people started waking up to what he really is. So, yeah, a lot of people don't rock with AOC. Her popularity has been sinking over the last couple of years. A lot of her ardent supporters peeped her game long ago. DL doesn't pay attention to anything, really. Like he told Kamala Harris, I put out all the misinformation. I put the misinformation. I put it out because I didn't look up nothing. I didn't read. You still don't read. You still don't look up anything. You just found, DL Hughley just found a direct line to getting more access and more opportunities via kissing somebody's ass, better known as Kamala Harris, and it's being further in the can for the Democratic Party. And then wrapping it in blackness to pretend whatever's good for the Democrats is good for black people, even if it's not. Most people don't even know who the hell Eric Swalwell is. So anytime someone, just to me, the fact that DL Hughley throws out Eric Swalwell means he ain't rocking with regular people, because most people don't know who the hell that guy is. Jasmine Crockett, there was just a poll done. Remember, guys, the poll that was done, the poll I'm referencing in this was a poll that was done with Democrats only, not the rest of the country. This is her base. This is who she gets votes from, if she gets votes. And it was a list of 20, the list had 20 different Democrats that they thought should run in 2028. At the top of the list was Kamala Harris. Then it was Pete Buttigieg and AOC. Jasmine Crockett was not on the list. Amy Klobuchar was. Cory Booker was. Gretchen Whitmer was. No Jasmine Crockett. So DL just says things. He doesn't know things. And I don't think he cares to know. Why should he have to know anything? As long as what he's saying is what he needs to say to keep the buttermilk biscuits running past him, them biscuits smell good. Woo! Them biscuits smell good. And Don sitting over there, it's sugary too. They got syrup. We got syrup for them, right? Because I like syrup on my biscuits. DL's like, well, I'm a jelly guy. I like jam and jelly on mine. So that's what's really going on with those guys.
I don't. I'm not. I don't. That's the one thing. That's not my purview. I don't know who like people like or not. But ultimately, they're going to have to find a leader that can galvanize enough people to win in these states where they didn't this time. So I don't know what that'll look like. But I know this: if you want to get to the moon, you got to go where it's going. You can't shoot at where it is. You got to.
Look, man, this is the dumb stuff. This is dumb, and this is why these people that I don't know why they consider like political consultants or thought leaders. Or, I don't know what people consider DL Hughley. Or Don Lemon for that matter. DL Hughley thinks it's about personality. I don't know what people like. I don't know what the people like. Who like the what they like. I don't know what no. It's for a party. It should be the policy. See, it's the policy that matters. Democratic Party been running off of trying to browbeat you into saying, if you don't rock with us, you're not a good American. You're not a good person. You're not a good human being unless you vote Democrat. You don't care about people. If you don't vote for the Democrats, you are either racist or sexist or homophobic or transphobic. Something wrong with you. They have never I'll say in the last 10 years that I've been covering Democrats, they have never ran on policies. That was Bernie that was running on policies. Bernie, I was interested in Bernie because of policy. I wasn't interested in voting for a 78-year-old white guy. I didn't even know who he was. I didn't care. We had nothing in common other than policy. And look how far that took him. See, listen to what I'm saying, y'all. Democrats, by and large, these celebrities, they don't give a shit about policy. They care about being in the right place with the right people to be able to network and keep their money coming. That may be good enough for Hollywood. That is not good enough to win elections. Trump has policy that people like. That's why they voted for him. And they also like his personality. Some people voted for him in spite of his personality, believe it or not. Some people say very plainly, I wish he'd tone it down. I wish he wouldn't talk that way. But damn it, I need somebody to close that border, get rid of this fentanyl, and stop this war that we funded in Ukraine. Can you say the same things about the Democratic Party? That's what was missing. I just solved all the Democrats' problems. Send money. They not only won't send money, they won't take the advice because they don't want to adopt policy. Do you think I'm Einstein? I'm not. My mama said I could smart enough to be president. She believed in me, though. Bless her heart. But the reality is what I'm saying is not rocket science, nor am I a genius. You don't think the Democrats have thought, maybe we should give them policies that they really want. Of course they thought that. But their donors psych, what policies? Well, they want health care. Oh, don't give them that. Can't give them that. Well, they want to end the wars. Oh, you can't do that. What are we going to do? I need to buy my boat. I need a bigger yacht. What you going to do? End the war for? All this payola I got going on? Hey, you go talk about ending some damn war. I end you. How about that? End you right now. You start ending wars, I end your career. What else they want? They were like $15. Shut! $15 a minimum wage. Are you crazy? You know what? They should be glad they got a job. Because if not, I'll bring in some more, open the border again, and bring in some Venezuelans who work for $2.50 an hour. Hell, I'll bring in some people from China who've been in them sweatshops. They'll work for $3.50 and they'll work till they fall out. Don't test me. Folks, one of the biggest misconceptions is that people believe that Democrats get it wrong because they got it wrong. No, they are doing what they want to do. I told you last show, to lose an election requires effort whether you lose or win. Understand what I'm saying? You have to try. You have to intentionally do the wrong things that resulted in the zero. When you take a bad shot, you shot the shot. You was working. You got the ball and you shot. That's effort. When you cough up the punt, when you run a bad play, these are decisions that required efforts. This is not lightning striking the Democrats. It's not a hex. You know, Mr. McConnell didn't come over with some witch's brew and throw it on the Democrats. Drive by the DNC office and throw a bucket of, devil's pee on them or something. I don't know. They didn't get a bunch of people with, bones and chicken bones and, I don't know, a shark's tail and put it in a pot and say weird words and say, read from an old scroll, an antique scroll. No, that's not what happened. This is from people. The Democratic Party is in a position they're in due to actions that they've taken that were unpopular. Actions that were taken on purpose, not on accident. It's not because Kamala was a woman. Man, if a woman's going to make your life better, who wouldn't vote for her? I mean, I'm tired of the BS. Let's cut the cap, Johnson. If a woman came in and said, I'm going to make your life better. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and these are things I'm going to do, and this is what I'm running on. That woman, though there may be misogyny, though there may be people that are on the fence, all this stuff, at the end of the day, I truly believe if that woman had real policies, only then can you say sexism. You can't say it if you show up with Beyonce thinking that gets you a W. You can't say it hiding behind the horrible policies of Joe Biden and then call people sexist if they don't want you. When people say, when your friend, Sonny Hostin, sits across from you on a friendly show with your girl who's been kissing your ass for 2 years and says, what would you change that Biden's done? And when you'll come back to the whole world on the most viewed talk show, possibly in the history other than Oprah's, at least currently running, you say, nothing comes to mind. I can't think of a thing. When his popularity is at like low 30s. What's there to be said? Until you run somebody who runs on policies that people find popular, not you think are popular, but the people think are popular, that they want from you. You can't say it was race. You can't say it was gender. You can't say any of that because you didn't run on anything. What you're saying, what they're admitting, folks, and I think I'm gonna leave DL and them alone for now. But they are admitting what the problem is here is that they're not really running on anything. They think they can win elections just by being black or just by being a woman or just by being a white guy. And it takes more than that. Because whoever's across the ball from you, you're running against someone. And if they're offering more than you are, and all you're offering is identity politics, well, that's really no competition. Problem is they flip it and make it seem like, oh, this is bias. Nah, it's bias because, it seems bias only to a person who doesn't actually look at what you're running on. Don Lemon's been in the business for 30 years. DL Hughley's been around politics. He thinks he knows politics. CNN has given him a show, not once, not twice, I think 3 times. He's had very iterations of political shows that all flopped. Unlike MSNBC, who will keep Al Sharpton around stinking up the place with horrible numbers for a damn near decade, they'll get rid of you at CNN. They're like, look, we can't carry dead weight. We get rid of dead weight around here. Hell, they'll get rid of Joy Reid even if her numbers are better than Al Sharpton just because she's a liability. At the end of the day, DL Hughley and Don Lemon are who they are, but they're also a symptom of what's wrong with the Democratic Party. And if they don't fix it, they don't fix it. I'm not here to cry about them not fixing it. My job, I got one job. That job is to get us up out of the Democratic Party to become independent, and then decide, like go into a restaurant, look at the menu and say, how do you prepare the steak? I like steak, but I like it medium well. No, medium. Make it medium. Here you go. I gotta stop doing medium well. Let's go medium. Let me get a side salad. Like, you're gonna order from the menu, and your wife will look at you and say, I would like the salmon, please. Hey, baby, we can make salmon at home. Yeah, but I don't feel like making it. It's usually me making it. Can I get some salmon, please? Thank you. And get a little wine. I think a little white wine would go well with. You know, we should be able to look at the menu of politics like everybody else does. Everybody else, Black America, looks at the menu of politics. And they choose based on what's there. Or they get this all you got? Peanut butter sandwiches. And they get up and leave. Not us. You better sit down. You better eat this peanut butter and be happy. But it's a hair in mine. You ate hair before. Stop acting like you never ate hair. Like he never had a piece of hair in his sandwich before. Somebody got a thumbprint in my peanut butter. All other groups, they choose. And I'm going to tell something to my white viewers, Latino viewers, and Asian viewers, and Native American viewers. Listen, you may hear me talk like this and you get upset, you get turned off, but I'm going to tell you something. It's important that I succeed at what I'm doing. You know why? Because the Democrats should not be able to sail by with a captive audience that is restrained and almost psychologically tormented to vote for them. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that party should have died long ago. It's only alive because these people are forced to keep it alive. We got to let these people go, and if that party dies or gets better, if it gets better, that's good for the whole country. But if it dies, sometimes dead is better. So if you respect what I'm doing, you understand what I'm doing, then a store that should be out of business can stay open if it's got people that feel like they can't shop nowhere else. And maybe it's got bad products. Yeah, maybe that store needs to be out of circulation. So I'm doing the Lord's work. Black folks, I ain't telling you nothing wrong. Being independent doesn't mean you can never vote Democrat. What it means is they will never know if you will or not. So they got to up their game. And then you got to make some decisions. And hopefully we can get together and we can decide what our goals are, what our priorities are. What I'm saying, I think it sounds, I know when it comes out of my mouth, when I hear myself say it, I feel like what I'm saying, I feel like it makes sense. I feel like it's reasonable. I feel like it's just logic. And then I wonder, why doesn't it get more legs? Why aren't all the independent media people around me, why aren't they, like, amplifying what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure that part out because I think what I'm saying is just good for Black America. And I wonder, why aren't they saying it? Why is independent media not telling Black people to be independent? It's the biggest voting bloc there is in the country, independence. Well, you know what? I can't waste my time worrying about why I'm doing what I'm doing and everybody else doing what they're doing. But I know what I'm doing is right. DL Hughley and Don Lemon, they said the quiet part out loud. To them, it's not about policy. It's about popularity. It's about personality. As much as they dump on Trump for having a personality, they didn't have any policies that people wanted to hear shit about. All right, guys, give me a like if you like this content, if you like this segment. I thought it was pretty good. I think it definitely has a point of view that you don't hear much in corporate news. So give it up for that. Hit the like button, guys. Our goal is 400 likes tonight. That's not for bragging rights. There's nothing to brag about until we win. It's just to help the algorithm introduce us to more people. Because I think, frankly, we should have a bigger audience when we got such a big message. Next story.
Perfect. You made it to the end of the video. I appreciate you. Now, Google thinks this next video is going to be perfect for you. It's right up your alley. So click the next video, watch that with me, and let's keep this politics going. You're built for this.